Academic freedom is very important to me because it is a basic human right which applies to everyone no matter their race or gender. Many Aboriginals are unable to receive a safe or an education at all. The right to learn is a human right, so why can't Aboriginals learn in a safe environment? However, I do not have a connection to this topic, except for the fact that I agree strongly that every human has a right to learn. Academic freedom is an issue that happens everywhere. Here are some of the issues that happen locally. Many have to move off the reserve to get a high school diploma because there is no education where they live. Once people come to Thunder Bay, they can go to DFC High School. However, many receive racism and would just like to blend in, so they decide to go to another high school. Since DFC has opened 9 years ago, 9 kids have passed away. This could have been caused from depression due to being away from home. Therefore, many parents are hesitant to send their kids to DFC in fear that they will pass away as well. Here are some issues that occur with academic freedom nationally. Aboriginals were unable to go to school under First Nations management. This is because out of the 502 schools on reserve, only 8 were under the First Nations management. Once Aboriginals came to school, they were unable to learn in their history or culture because only 24% of Aboriginals under the age of 25 were able to speak in their own language. Here are some issues globally. In 2007 and 2010, the dropout rate among First Nations people living off reserve, Métis and Inuit, aged 20 to 24 was 22%, compared to non-Aboriginals at 8.5%. Asking an average high school student about what they think about Aboriginal education. What do you know about Aboriginal education in Thunder Bay?
I don't know too much about Aboriginal education in Thunder Bay, but I do know we do have a school dedicated for them to learn, but other than that, I don't know too much.
How did you feel if the school you attended had toxins and mold?
If the school I attended had toxins and molds, I'd probably end up leaving or order some kind of file complaint against the school and get the media involved.
Would you be okay with it if you had to leave your house at the age of 13 or 14 just to attend high school?
No.
However, what is the truth about Aboriginal education? Many Aboriginals and non-Aboriginals need to know the facts. Here are the facts locally. If you are an Aboriginal, in order to attend DFC High School in Thunder Bay, your community must pay. You have to leave their community at the age 13-14 because there is no further education in their community for them to continue. With the Aboriginals living on their own at the ages 13-14, many teens become at risk. Many Aboriginal parents send their kids to boarding homes and hope that they get proper care. Unfortunately, many people that run boarding homes just do it for the money and do not give proper care to the Aboriginal children. In national news, the schools were so bad that one girl named Shannon took action. From Attawaspi First Nations in Ontario, Shannon was a youth advocate. She had a dream to live in a safe and comfy school that was culturally based on education for First Nations children and youth. He was able to bring to light the fact that First Nations schools receive less funding per student than provincial and territorial schools, and $0 for things like libraries, computers, languages, or extracurricular activities. He also talked about the many concerns that happen inside schools with serious health, such as extreme black mold, high carbon dioxide levels, rodent infections, sewage fumes, and unheated portables. Shannon educated many Aboriginals and non-Aboriginals about the concerns that Aboriginals have to go through daily to get a good education. No Aboriginal should have to suffer through these conditions just to be able to learn. The main fact of global issues is the dropout and graduation rate. This happens because many are prone to set up for failure when they are sent away from schools and to attend by themselves with no pressure from parents or families. However, there is not even a good quality of a relevant cultural infused content or curriculum at any of the high schools they go to, so many Aboriginals are not seeking the right education proper for their culture. Many are sent to these homes and not even taken care of, and then they're forced to drop out because they feel like there's no other way and there's no reason for them to go to school. Who wants to go to a school where they are completely bullied every single day, and their parents aren't forcing them to go to schools because they aren't there due to the fact that they have to live off the reserve? These Aboriginals have to go through struggles day to day just to get an education. And this is why the dropout and non-graduating rate is so high for Aboriginal children. Here are some ways that we could help Aboriginals get a better and safe education. If non-Aboriginals gain the knowledge that Aboriginals have a lot to go through just to get an education, maybe the racism and hatred would stop. This would make it a lot easier for Aboriginals to go through schooling feeling that they are safe and welcome. Aboriginals need to learn that they do have a right to get education that is under the human rights and that they do deserve a proper education. If the government was to donate a lot more money to schooling for Aboriginal children, it would get rid of the toxins and mold. Aboriginals would feel a lot more included in schooling if their curriculum was based on their culture.